We've all been there, right? That knot in your stomach when you know you should say something, but the words just get stuck. So today, we're going to get into that really tough choice. Do you speak your truth, or do you just keep the peace?
I mean, it's a feeling pretty much everyone can relate to. The thought of speaking up just feels so risky that zipping it becomes our go-to defense. It's how we protect ourselves and, maybe more importantly, how we protect that fragile house of cards our relationships can sometimes feel like.
So, why do we do this? What is really going on inside that makes us swallow our words? Well, a lot of the time, it really just boils down to one single, powerful emotion. This deep-seated fear of what our truth might actually do.
And unleash is definitely the right word here. We're afraid our words are going to wreak havoc, and that's no exaggeration. Look, we're not just worried about some awkward moment. We're terrified of causing real, lasting damage to a relationship, our job, or even our own stability that we've worked so hard for. And this fear, well, it has a name, we all know. The fear of rocking the boat. It's really the perfect way to describe why we stay quiet, especially when the waters of our life feel, calm enough. Just think about it for a second. When things are going pretty smoothly, when you've got that comfortable rhythm going at work or at home, the absolute last thing you want to do is mess with it. There's this really powerful natural pull to just let it be. And that is exactly what speaking up can feel like. Dropping a difficult truth feels like you're intentionally stirring the pot, deliberately upsetting the entire balance. It feels like a direct threat to that contentment you've worked so hard to build. And when you really break it down, it's not just about avoiding a fight. It's the fear of creating drama that doesn't need to be there, of tilting the scales so far that you can never get them back to normal. It's the fear of shattering a balance that, for the most part, actually works for you.
Okay, but here's where things get really tricky. Having a tough conversation is one thing, but what happens when you have absolutely no idea how the other person is going to react?
All of a sudden, the risk just skyrockets. Because when you're dealing with someone who's, a bit of a loose cannon, there's no such thing as being careful. Every single word feels like a landmine, and you're terrified that even the tiniest ripple you make could be enough to completely capsize the whole relationship.
So what do? We end up trying this incredibly difficult balancing act. The source material has a perfect phrase for it: threading the needle. It's such a great description for this delicate little dance we have to do.
I mean, this quote just nails the feeling, doesn't it? It's not just that it's hard, it's annoying. It just perfectly captures that frustrating, painstaking effort you have to put in just to keep things calm with some people.
And let's be honest, we do this for ourselves, for our own peace of mind. But man, the cost is high. Constantly walking on eggshells, weighing every single word, it takes a huge toll. It is absolutely draining.
All right, so we've talked a lot about the problem. What about a solution? This is where we need to make a really crucial shift, away from focusing on the external chaos and toward finding a much more powerful internal solution. And it all starts by asking ourselves one really powerful question. So many of us go through life with this unspoken goal of trying to get everyone to like us. But what if we're playing the wrong game entirely?
So, here's the shift. The old goal was universal likability, which, let's face it, is impossible. The new goal, personal peace. That's not only possible, it's so much healthier. The whole objective changes from trying to win everyone over to simply protecting your own inner calm.
And once you really let that sink in, you start to see that human connection isn't just black and white. It's not just best friends or enemies. There's this huge spectrum in between. Some connections will be deep and amazing, and others might just be peacefully neutral. And that is totally okay. And I love this next idea. We always hear plenty of fish in the sea when we talk about dating, right? But what if we applied that same thinking to all of our interactions? If a particular relationship is just constant stress, maybe it's okay to just accept it for what it is and put your energy somewhere else. And that brings us to our final, and honestly, maybe the most powerful idea of all. This whole shift in how we see things really comes down to one thing: understanding the incredible power of your own mind. This quote really says it all, doesn't it? It completely reframes how we think about our thoughts. The idea is that whatever you allow to grow in your mind, fear, doubt, peace, whatever, it's not just some fleeting idea, it's a seed. And when you think about it, the logic is so simple, but it's also incredibly profound. The thoughts you plant, those are the seeds. They eventually grow into your actions.
And over time, it's those actions that literally build the reality you experience every single day.
So, what does this all mean? It means your inner world isn't just reacting to what happens to you, it's the actual blueprint that's creating it. If your mind is a garden full of anxiety about rocking the boat, your life will be full of tense silence. But if you start cultivating a garden of peace, well, your reality will start to reflect that.
So I'll leave you with this question to ask yourself. If your thoughts are truly the seeds of your reality, what garden are you growing? What are you choosing to plant in your mind today? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer.